So let me ask you a question. Which monsters you guys want to see return in the DLC? Now, the list for me is really small because I only played 2 games. I played Iceborne and I played Sunbreak, Rise and Sunbreak. So for me, the list will have a few monsters who appeared in those 2 games that I think are cool. And so for today's video, I will talk about those monsters that I want to see return for the DLC. And I really hope that you tell me which ones you want to see come back. Especially if you're someone who's been playing Monster Hunter for a long time, like you've been playing since way before Iceborne, way before Monster Hunter World. So if you have some of those cool monsters that I have yet to see, like in this game, for example, like Yakros, the first time I fought him was in this game and it was fantastic. So if you're a veteran and if you're a new player who joined, in Iceborne or in Sunbreak, which monsters you guys would like to see make a return in the DLC? Okay, so to begin, I'm not going to list any Elder Dragon because I want all of them to come back except Lunastra. I want all of them. I love all of the fights. I love all the armor sets. So for me, the Elder Dragons, if they all do end up coming back, I'm a happy man. If they don't, it's okay. But I have specific monsters I love. I like to fight. I like the way they look. So I would really, I want them to be in the DLC. So to begin, the first one, it's a goofy one, but it's a cool one for me. It's Pukei-Pukei. I love the way his armor set looks. I love how goofy he is. I feel like we missed something like that in the forest. We missed something like Pukei-Pukei. He looks awesome. So if they add him, it's amazing. I'm a happy man. And the next on the list is Diablos. Black Diablos could be Diablos. Those are the only 2 I know. I mean, also Apex Diablos, but I think Apex Diablos I think the Apex monsters are only for base Rise. I think they're exclusive to it. Although if they add Apex Diablos, it's fine. But Diablos in general, because the desert area in the Windward Plains is ridiculously empty, or it feels like that, because we only fight Arkveld when he spawns there, and then we only fight the other person, the other monster we fight is Raidao, and sometimes we fight Soregios there, right? So even though we do have Balaharas there, but let's be honest, Balaharas are not really that challenging. They're not really that, they don't really pose as that threatening monster in that zone. So if they add Diablos to be that troll, to be that monster that kind of acts like the threat factor in that area, well, that would be awesome for me. And the next monster is the Glavenus, and this is by far one of my most favorite monsters in general. I like the armor set he has. I think he has one of the best looking armor sets in Monster Hunter, and he has one of the best fights for me. Okay, when I started playing Iceborne, it was my first game to play Monster Hunter in general. He was one of the most challenging fights for me because I was too aggressive. I was not paying attention to the sword he has. So once I got used to his fights, it became one of my most favorite ones. So if they end up adding the Glavenus, I would be also a happy man. I don't really care much for the acidic version as much as the normal version. I like that one more. So yeah, Glavenus, if they add him, I would be a happy man. And then next is going to be Deviljho. Not really just, not for the fights. I didn't like the fights early on when I started playing, just for the aspects of turf wars. How crazy and how cool those turf wars with him would look. Because he just shows up, bodies everybody, bullies everyone and then leaves. And hey, maybe even add Savage Deviljho, maybe in the mid to late master rank, because Savage Deviljho is a no joke. He's actually really tough. All right, so the next one is going to be Astalos, and I think this is one of the coolest looking monsters as well, especially his design being different than other monsters, is the way he attacks and his attacks as well. So it would be cool to see how he would look and how he would behave and how he would attack if they move him to this game. Especially we have the offsets, and how aggressive we can be nowadays with the offsets, perfect guards and all that stuff. Perfect dodges. So yeah, it would be cool to see if they move Astalos to this game. And then from Sunbreak, I would want to see Flaming Espinas. Espinas is cool, but Flaming Espinas was it for me. It was amazing. The fight was tough. It was really, really challenging. And yeah, it would be cool to see also if they bring him to this game. And then finally, and I know this is going to be the long shot. I don't think even it's possible, but if we're speaking of wish lists, we might as well wish for something that's hard to get. And this one would be Magnamalo. And I don't really think Magnamalo is possible because for some reason I believe he fits the aesthetics of Sunbreak, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they would bring him back to Wilds in one of the DLCs, maybe, I don't know. But if I have to choose, I would say him also, because I just want to see how cool he would look if they bring him to this game. So yeah, these are the monsters I want to see come back to this game in the DLC, aside from the other dragons, of course. I do want all of them. Maybe not all of them, maybe all of them except Lunastra. And yeah, do let me know your wish list. Do let me know which monsters you enjoy fighting the most from the previous titles, and you want to see them come back to this game. And yeah, it's been a pleasure talking to you, and I will see you on the next one. Peace.